Welcome to the Horses Podcast. This is episode 2. This week, we're going to be talking about a really number of topics that we're so excited to horse around and share with y'all.
Topics include me becoming a stepmother,
We get canceled by a number of different
ethnicities,
and fan bases and political organizations. We cover
Ethel Cain threatened to assassinate us.
Charlie XCX is taking over the world.
There's a young girl named May out there who's having some dating issues that we give fantastic advice to.
But tune in and tap in.
Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Okay. We'll see you in the episode. Thank you, guys.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. And
we're back. We are so back.
We are so back. Welcome to the Keep the Horse Alive podcast with me, Lauren.
And me, Nuey. It's episode 2 and we're about to get crazy. Look at the horse.
Oh my God. Oh, we wanted to do a Mother's Day shout out for all the mothers out there. This past Sunday was Mother's Day. And that includes myself.
You have a very exciting stepmother lore that not a lot of people know about.
No, nobody knows about it.
It is not only iconic but legendary because it involves changing your last name to something very, very well known.
Yeah, so basically my name is Lauren Chamberlain. That is my new legal name. My soon-to-be legal name, because I will be marrying Michael Chamberlain, notably the father of Emma Chamberlain, the multifaceted, famous celebrity queen, YouTuber. So how did this all start? You may be wondering. Well, back when I moved to Paris, the first week that I moved to Paris, I was in Luxembourg Gardens, and I see a man painting, and I say, that man, I could tell, the way I knew from the back of him that that's Michael Chamberlain. He was in his like iconic little plaid shirt that he wears, and I go up to him and I say, hey, like, I'm a huge fan, and I love your paintings. Have I ever seen a painting of his? Had I ever seen a painting of his before that? No, I haven't. We take a picture. I follow him on Instagram that day, and he follows me back. Now, this is where it gets a little crazy, because tell me a year and a half later why this man is still liking 85% of my Instagram stories. I think it means he's in love with me.
I feel like there was one day where maybe I was like looking, or maybe you like reposted one of Michael Chamberlain's paintings, and I was like, oh, he follows you. And trying to put that together in my mind was like, how did they?
Yeah, it's really so random. And okay, so he asked me recently, he DM'd me, and I was like, okay, when I open this, what is this going to say? Like, what does Michael Chamberlain want to say to me? So I open it and he's like, hey, Lauren, I know you live in Paris. I was back home by then, so that wasn't true. But I'm in my like songwriting era, and he wanted to borrow guitars, and he was wondering if I had a guitar in my Paris apartment that he could come over when he's in Paris with Emma for Fashion Week and borrow. And I said, sir, I hate to break this to you, but I don't live in Paris anymore. I have a friend who owns a guitar that she could possibly lend to you, but if you are ever in North Carolina, feel free to stop on by.
The way I would have probably bought a guitar even if I didn't have one.
Yeah, I frankly probably should have, like, in hindsight, reached out to my rental agency and been like, hey guys, if you could just like kick the tenant out that took over my lease and just let me live there for like a good week. I just need it for this week. If y'all also have a guitar or any guitar leads, let me know. And then he would walk into my apartment to get the guitar, and it would literally just be an empty apartment and a guitar and me standing there. And then we would fall in love. And this is the plan. This is the long-term plan. We do get married, and I become Emma Chamberlain's mother.
And to avoid copyright strikes and whatever, it would be, you would release your own coffee brand named Chamberlain Moppy.
Right. No, either that, or we would collaborate on a blend. Maybe like an Arabica. What is the coffee ground? I don't know. A nice blend of a dark roast, perhaps, called Chamberlain Coffee Mommy Blend.
Mommy blend.
Mother's Day blend. I don't know.
And it comes with a guitar pick, and it has a little cute picture of a guitar on it.
Yeah, in that little classic Emma Chamberlain coffee font.
Legendary.
So that's my plan starting like a couple weeks ago. I'm just going to infiltrate my way into the Chamberlain family, probably become the CEO of Chamberlain Coffee. You know, it is what it is. And also, like, Emma Chamberlain has good ties with YouTube. So, like, hopefully she could like get me out of any copyright strikes I get on my own videos. And you know, it's really just a mutually beneficial job. Beneficial for me. I don't know how I would aid her. I'd be a good mother to her. I would show her care.
And I've always said that. I've literally,
Yeah.
from day one when I met you, I was like, you look like Emma Chamberlain's stepmother.
Yeah. And that's what everyone's always told me since I was a kid, literally. Like my mom would tell me stories like as a kid tucking me into bed like one day like I feel it in my bones like you're going to be a really good stepmother to a girl named Emma Chamberlain. And she told
Yes.
me that.
I'm still trying to get over him walking into an empty apartment with like no appliances,
Just me and
nothing.
a guitar.
And it's like I picture you turned like away from him, and then like you don't even go to open the door, you just leave it unlocked, and
Right. It's
he
open a
just
crack. He peeks in. He sees
he
me with the open windows looking out the window. Oh, didn't expect you here, Michael. We have some guitars over there if you're interested.
maybe you like strum once, and then you turn around, and then you're like, oh hey.
Didn't expect you to stroll in this fine afternoon. Yeah. So that's that. Michael,
And
if you're watching this, basically like shit, DMs are open. Wedding dress can be on lock in a second.
you are about to go to Cannes Film Festival this weekend,
Yeah, I'm leaving
and
in a couple hours actually.
are you excited?
I'm very excited. So I wasn't given a badge this year. They denied me. I'm kind of just going for the vibes, going to hopefully run into people such as Michael Chamberlain
Right.
and Greta Gerwig is the jury president, Lily Gladstone, who else? Some notable directors that I love. So I'm hopefully going to run into them. Also, like Hunter Schafer is there, but she'll probably be gone by the time I get there. It's like Cannes is, you literally run into like anybody and everybody at Cannes. You'll be walking on the sidewalk and like last time I was there. Conor McGregor,
Oh yes,
something. He like
absolutely.
rode by on a bike in his like swimwear, and it was just like, oh, like that's that guy. And everyone's just like walking. Like Glenn Powell, we walked by him having dinner
Yes.
one night. Just random people. Liza Koshy met also notable actor, biggest actor in Hollywood right now, Noah Beck.
Our icon and underwear legend.
Yeah, creator of
Um,
underwear.
Also on the list of people that we're going to marry one day, unfortunately.
Yes, yes. Unfortunate for who?
For no one.
We both sides are extremely lucky in that instance.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we met him. He was going into the club, and if I meet him this time, I'm going to have him take me into the club because the clubs in Cannes are so exclusive. We got kicked out of one, not kicked out of one, we were just denied entry. I don't know what that said about my aura and my group's aura that they denied us entry because we're all so sexy and hot, but that's on them.
With the power of Michael Chamberlain and Noah Beck,
Oh my God.
you're bound to get in every club.
Yeah. Michael
So,
Chamberlain in his plaid little shirt, holding a
mhm.
guitar. He's like, I'm the talent for the night. Let me in. And this is my
Yeah.
entourage. And it would be us. Also met Paul Mescal. Yeah, me and Paul. He's my lover. He's been my lover since that night, that beautiful, fruitful night. And we love each other. I don't think he's in Cannes this year though. So,
My favorite thing to tell you is to never stop posting your picture with you and Paul Mezcal.
and I
And the
never
same
will.
goes, and the same goes for you and Noah Beck. We love to see it.
Those will go down in history books one day,
It's like
probably.
maybe the picture in my Paul Mezcal ranking photos, it's the picture of him and Phoebe Bridgers and the girl that he started dating after her. Like that's number one. I'm
That
sorry.
is, no, I agree.
It's number
Yeah,
one.
that's
But
wild.
you're number two for sure.
Like a very close number two. He had like such a strong grip on my shoulder. I still feel it to this day. Oh, you know who else is going to be there? In Cannes. 1 second,
I
actually.
better name drop Harris Dickinson for our dickheads because I think has made most likely a couple of movies. If he did the Met Gala, yep, yep, love to see
Okay.
it.
And also, do you know who else will be there? 1 second, please.
Mikey. Uh,
Yeah. So I did watch that edit 17 times last night.
As you
And
should.
because our boy Mike Feist is going to be there. Will we fall in love? Will he be Paul Mescal 2.0? Perhaps. Put in a
Well,
really good word for you as well.
I did not know this after watching Challengers because I'm like a new fan to Mike Feist, but I did not know that he was a brunette before, and that changed my life and made me look at him a little differently. Quite similar to when I found out Niall Horan was a brunette
Okay, true.
naturally.
No, because when the 1D girls found out about that, like earth shattering in an okay way, but it was just like, wow, like he's not a natural platinum, almost platinum blonde. Like this is insane.
Well, it was kind of bizarre to think that like some Irish kid that was like 16 on X Factor was bleaching his hair
Yeah, why
for
did he do that?
I'm not quite sure. But he ate that for a
He
number of years.
for sure. For sure. And yeah, I don't know, Mike Feist, like that was a stellar call on Luca Guadagnino's behalf, making him become a blonde for this movie because it did wonders.
It absolutely ate me up.
And Nuey has been sending me nonstop Mike Feist content, Challengers content, because when we filmed our first podcast, you hadn't seen Challengers yet.
Yes,
But
which
I
I did.
Challengers pilled them, and now here we are.
The Challengers movie changed my life. It did. I think when we were meeting in person to talk about Challengers, I was saying that I was so Zendaya pilled, and I am.
It does like a 180 on your brain. Like you think you're going in for Zendaya and you leave like in love with these two
Beautiful
beautiful.
homosexual.
And now it was released in HD. So
Yeah,
you open Twitter and it's the HD shot of them kissing, the HD shots of just like everything.
the churros scene changed my life.
Changed my life.
I will be streaming it again just to give myself some
Oh, I already bought
privacy.
it. I already bought it. I already bought it. It's queued up. It's downloaded for the trip to Cannes today.
Um,
When I rewind and watch the kissing scene 17 times, the person
yeah.
next to me is gonna be a bit worried, but they won't get it. Actually, by the time we land, they'll be asking me to rewind and watch that scene.
There's so many movies like that where I don't even get to the plot because I'm like, was
You
that
just
before they kiss or after they kiss?
right.
Or
Exactly. Like that. That's why it's being queued up.
I've seen Zendaya in a braided ponytail before, not to be a nerd, but the second I saw her in a like the tennis outfit with the braided ponytail changed my life. Her being amazing at everything. I did not even bat an eye when
She
she
could
was
be a
like,
tennis star. Like I would not
yeah,
that like if you told me today that she was on the US Open,
yeah.
came in third place last year, I'd believe it.
I thought a part of it was this is me making up storylines, but I thought that like she wasn't going pro because she wanted to beat everyone. And I was like, that's so real.
Like she should have just stayed in high school tennis her entire life and been number one her entire life. Anyway, speaking of trips, you recently went to New York City, baby.
I did the Big Apple. The manifestation came true with all of my Apple products. I
Thanks
went
to the
with
horse.
thanks to the horse over here. Took
Hey,
my
you're
little cute
welcome.
little Apple iPhone with me
Match the
keep
vibe.
to match the vibe, to keep with the manifestation, to keep the horse alive. And it was all fun and games until I
Mm.
almost had to, quite honestly, shit myself.
Break that down. Go into detail if you would like.
Long story short, I am pretty intolerant to dairy. I
Okay,
cannot
as most of
process
us are.
it. When we went to New York, like we were at the Met Gala, I saw a big horse there for all my horse lovers out there and for fans of the podcast, which they know what they're doing
Yeah,
because we're all
they're on the agenda. They're on the horse agenda. They're slowly like passively implementing like the idea of the horse into the passerbyers' minds.
seeing the doctor who chipped me at the Met Gala was quite traumatizing.
Traumatizing, I'm sure.
The horse had a lot of wise words to say, and following that, I decided to have a slice of New York pizza,
Mm.
and that
In celebration of the wise words.
after you get chipped, it's kind of tradition to go get a
Yeah.
slice in a beer after. It's an Irish thing. If you were to ask Conor McGregor,
Or
he will
Paul Mescal. He's like,
just
oh yeah, after I got chipped by the horse, I went out for a New York slice and a beer after. That's what he told
yeah,
me at Cannes in 2022.
in passing quickly.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, after I got chipped, yeah, that's what he said.
Where were you when after you got chipped?
I was
Getting
at
a
the US
slice.
Capitol. Oh,
I'm
sure.
kidding. What day did
Whenever
I
I,
get chipped?
January, oh,
It was DC January
oh, actually, yeah, I don't really remember.
on the lawn
Um,
of yes, CC's Pizza.
right, right.
It was quite unfortunate timing because for anybody who doesn't know, I am obsessed with people from Denmark, Denmarkians. I don't know what the proper term is, the Great Danes, but everybody was on holiday that weekend and I was in a lot of pain. So we ended up going out to my friend's DJ set and I was like very diabolically
It
sick.
is so dangerous to like go out already feeling like the tummy rumbles. Like, the night is just gonna be like a battle.
And I was fighting for my life because it's like I'm with my people. There's so many Great Danes all around me, and I look freaking amazing.
And here I am about to obliterate this area that we are in.
Absolutely having to leave to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. I
Yeah.
was making eye contact with this one guy, and he kept like following me around, which I was like, did not think about it too much because I was like, if he were to actually approach me, like I would, not joking, shit my pants
Yeah.
right here, right now.
Hmm.
So he kept following me around and
What
I
happened?
kept I kept running away because I was like, I cannot talk to anybody right now because even in the car when my friend was talking to me, I was like, I cannot, like, I'm so sorry, but like please just stop. I couldn't even speak because of the rumbles were so bad.
Yeah.
I did that. And at the end of the night, there was another guy that was like following us around. And the story is just crazy.
It's wild.
But this guy approaches me and my friend when we're waiting for an Uber, and he's like, I hate New York, which, first of all, is like the worst opener of all time because if you're a horse cult member, you kind of have to love New York a little
Yeah.
bit.
And like clearly you were a horse cult member. So like if he wanted to get on your good side, he would have said, "Oh my God, we're in New York. I love this place."
I love the Big Apple. It would have been maybe even a little bit better had he come up being like, have you tried the pizza here? I would have been like,
Have you ever been chipped? Like, come on.
I would have immediately tapped in. But because he started off on such a sour note,
Shit
and I
yourself.
was, no, I did not.
You're like, actually, that made everything go back up.
Yeah.
It just made me mad.
But I have this issue where instead of like telling guys to go away, like I'll just troll them. So he was like talking to me and my friend was like kind of getting worried because he was like trying to challengers pillows.
Right. Oh, right. Okay, got you, got you.
But basically, he's like, I'm living in Long Island right now. And I just told him that my friend actually lives in Long Island. Like, I love Long Island so much. And he was like, oh, who's your friend? And I said, Madison Beer.
Right.
And me and my friend just walked away after
Good.
that.
Good. Perfect closer.
That is my New York experience
Was that the
story.
friend you went to Madison Beer with?
Yes.
How was that?
Last week I was telling you that I was afraid that we would get pushed, shoved in like smack. And I think I was like absolutely surprised by how nice her fan base
They were
is.
kind. Okay.
And granted, we were like one of like maybe like one out of 1,000 people drinking that night, which was kind of
Well, I
awkward.
mean, like, I would assume a lot of her fan base is like below the age of 15.
It was like kind of awkward, but there was a mom that was drinking in solidarity with
My
us.
fellow mom. I love moms.
It's such a mom's coded episode today.
It really is.
Stepmothers and mothers all around the
Motherly
world.
love. And that's what we like hope to provide to our audience is motherly love. That's our goal here.
But her fan base was really kind. There was a lot of people like taking pictures of one another. Everybody was just like so happy to be there. I did fortunately tell somebody in line, this guy was 18 and he was like, should I hook up with a 30-plus-year-old? And I was like, thankful enough to be like, me and my friend looked at each other. We both just said no, he wasn't
No.
talking to us. But we just
Oh,
immediately jumped in and we said, no, don't do that. So it was a good time. We got access to VIP, and that was really nice because she talked
love.
about Billy's album.
I haven't
And
listened to that yet.
I
Mm,
am such a hater. I just don't like it that
It's
much. But
okay. It's okay because like I from the ones that I've heard, like not my type of music.
I've tried so hard to get into Billy, but I think how you feel about Shawn Mendes is how I feel about
Okay.
no, Justin
I get
Bieber. Justin Bieber. How you feel about
No,
Justin
no,
Bieber
no.
is how I feel about
No,
Billie
because I
Eilish.
could get into Justin Bieber and I have. Like he's had bop throughout the years. But like maybe it is Shawn Mendes. because I can't get into Shawn Mendes. Like, he has a beautiful voice, but like his music is just not for me.
Shawn Mendes is the music I bump after like spending a night at a rave, and it's like no lyrics or nothing, and you just need to hear something that like you are
He's like
somewhat
really like
familiar.
down to earth.
It's Stitches by Shawn Mendes and Closer by the
So it's like
Chainsmokers.
freshman year of high school.
Like it anchors us back into reality
I
because New
listened to
York.
Royals the other day.
Can we talk about Lord for a
I
second?
actually just got chills mentioning that because that song is like, I don't know how she did it. It's probably the best song ever made.
Well, I wanted to ask you the question. So, Lorde produced and wrote this album when she was very young. And at the time it came out, and we all had kind of like different experiences with Lorde. And when you break down Lorde's music, it kind of has like somewhat of like meaning. But I don't think that I was listening to it in that way. I was listening
Oh,
to
like
it
you were
in
listening
a,
to it because it was like it sounded good. You
yeah.
weren't
Well, it
like
was
tapped
like,
into the lyricism.
I wonder, like, Lorde is like my like lights are flashing, like
Right. Like, right. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know if that's how everybody feels about her. But I wasn't breaking down like, oh my gosh, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, when Greenlight came out, it was definitely like that type.
yeah,
But then like
yeah,
the whole album was released and I don't know, like I couldn't help but tap into the lyrics, break it down.
yes, absolutely for that album.
Oh, the
But
first album? Yeah, no, I was kind of just
in my
there for
like
the
middle
ride.
school,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was too young to even have like any experiences doing anything. So like
Yeah,
anything, like I did not have a life. So it's just like, all right, like let's go down to the tennis court. Go down to the tennis court. Challengers. She predicted
challengers.
challengers
She
literally 10
did.
years. Okay, that's crazy.
But I think I just get confused because her music now is so like you need to tap into the lyricism. But like when I signed up to be a Lord fan, I was like being a white teen.
Right, right.
I
Me
was
too.
like being like Royals question mark
Like, what is this
coded.
even about? I didn't
I
even,
had no
I
idea.
literally could not even have told you like a single lyric besides, and we'll never be royals because I didn't listen. I just was not
Yeah.
listening. It was on the radio in the morning 5 times on the way to school, and I was tapped in.
But I was tapped in a like listening ribs, yes, like at that
Right.
time. But for some reason, I was grieving being young when I was literally 18.
No, me. When I was 14,
Like somebody explained that. Like
I
Lord
could
was like,
literally, like, to this day, if you ask me, smell the air walking outside when school got out as like a 13-year-old or like a 14-year-old, like I could like smell the air. I can like put on that Lord Royal soundtrack and I'm there. I'm there in an instant.
it does bring me back. But I just get so sad that like at 18, I was like, dang, like I miss being
Like
like,
the good days are behind me now. I'm like
it's
on my
like
way to death.
you're like 16 and you're like, dang, like 15's behind me. Like what?
Things that were happening in high school were like the most important, like the decisions that we made we thought were going to like affect our lives forever. And in
Yeah,
hindsight it's like, wow, that actually like did not have an inkling of significance in my life.
absolutely not. There
It's so
was
funny,
one.
like high schoolers are so funny, like you're so dramatic and for what? I'm gonna become an ASM artist. Let me know in the comments, everybody, if you would like me to become an ASM artist because I'm like, I really want to do
It's a Lord.
that. ASMR, horse hooves tapping on the dirt. Anyways, what were we talking about?
We were talking about
Lord,
Lord.
nostalgia for being 15.
Are there any things? Are there any things?
Is there any things that you want to talk about?
I'm trying to think of things that like make me super nostalgic.
Like when winter comes around and like the days start getting shorter, it makes me nostalgic for when I was like really depressed and got seasonal depression when I was like a teenager. Except it's like not nostalgic. It's like it's more so of like a dark memory that comes up that I try to repress.
I don't love that for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that that happens in
Yeah,
the
I mean it's so fine.
winter.
We so power through.
Winter's a hard time for nostalgia because it's like everything is barren and
It's
there's
just
not.
like death. Like nature's dead. The birds, like, where are you? Like, why aren't you chirping? Like just everybody's like hibernating. I don't like it. I don't like being cold. I'd rather be able to walk outside in a tank top and shorts and be done. I don't like bundling. It's tiresome. And then you get home and you have to take everything off. Guys, I'm tired.
I need to be in weather that's convenient enough to where I can slide on my Crocs and my little jammies and just like leave the
Yeah.
house because the winter is not conducive to me in my little
I tried
short
doing that one
shorts.
time in Paris, like leaving the house in a pair of Crocs because all I needed to do was go downstairs and like the grocery store was right downstairs from me. People looked at me like I thought they were going to start giving me coins because they thought I was homeless. Like these stares that I got, like you can't do that in cities like in Paris.
But I think the world needs to tap in more of like the South American realness.
South American as in like Brazil or like Southern
Southern
America, like Ethel
America.
Cain. Okay.
My new thing is like not referring to Florida as the South at all.
Florida
So
isn't America actually. So if anybody out there thinks it is, if any foreigners want to associate with America with Florida, don't do it because
yeah,
it does not represent America.
it is the Ohio of the southern
Yeah.
part of America, I would say.
Wisconsin maybe.
I think Wisconsin is more redeemable than Florida,
Okay, you're right.
perhaps.
No, 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 no. Well, is Ohio?
Redeemable.
It just even the name isn't redeemable. Oh, I'm from
Oh,
Ohio. Ohio.
like Loki
Ohio.
is slow.
Wait,
Loki
it's kind of
is,
cool.
yeah. Ohio. Hey.
It sounds like isn't Ohio actually let me not say something that's gonna get me canceled.
Are
Isn't
you
doesn't that mean something
Ohana?
Hawaiian?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think,
Ohana?
yeah, Ohana.
No, Ohio means like it's Japanese for something. Guys, let us know in the comments.
We're gonna
Let us
get
know down
canceled.
below.
Episode 2 canceled.
Thank you so much. Apology episode out next.
We should release a fake apology for something we never did.
Yeah.
Apologizing for shoplifting at Dave and Buster's or something.
Well, you said something you've never done. And
Absolutely have done that.
yep, take that off the list. Yeah, I would be so down. I've always wanted to have an apology video, but I'm just like too perfect to ever do anything wrong. So
Things I wouldn't apologize for.
lighting the US Capitol on fire.
Where were you on January 6th?
I don't know. My brain is going to like it's very political today.
When I think of that day,
It's the
I'm like,
horse. I'm in the presence of this motherfucker and he's like putting stuff in my brain. It's the chip. I was chipped.
watch our fan base be like crazy right-wing Republicans that were like, oh, we were there too. 'Cause when I
Oh,
think
wait, I didn't see you there, guys.
it's like people being like, I love Paul Mezcal, and the other half of the comment section being like, wait,
Dickheads rise up, and then the other half, yeah, literally like
yeah, how did the chip feel?
how getting chip feel. Where from Florida are y'all at? I'm going gator hunting this weekend. If y'all want to tap in, y'all want to take a ride on my motor, my truck. Let's talk about Ethel Cain's assassination attempt.
Can we tap into that because she gets more unhinged by the day? If we want to talk about people that were there on January 6th,
It was Ethel Cain.
hands in her hair. Like,
Yeah. Ethel
very
Cain,
much
she will post
royals.
something like we need to bring back assassinations and then like cut to a photo of her like with a rifle and then cut to
Right.
like an ominous photo of like murky waters in and then like promoting a Friends song.
She posted on her story, she said, we need to bring back like public hangings or something like that. And then for the next day to have a story post being like, love is so important. We need to love everyone.
Free
And no,
Palestine. Which like real. I mean,
yeah, but for her to go from like attempted
one
murder to like, we need to
to
love
world
everybody.
peace. It's crazy.
It's the
But
PR team
does she
reaching
have
out.
yeah.
It's the
The
horse
horse
being
told
like,
her, yeah,
I
being like,
can't.
let's put something positive on the story today. Yeah.
Her manager being like, Ethel, work with me here.
I think her manager is probably just her
Yeah, most likely.
or like one of her like Alabama friends.
Yes.
Was it you that I was talking about how like it's crazy that she could live anywhere, but she chooses to stay like in the swamps of Florida.
Like I know when she's touring, like I don't know if she definitely isn't staying at the Ritz-Carlton. It's like
No, she's staying at Motel 8 down the street with
which
bed bugs.
genius. Genius
Hey,
in
she's
terms
saving
of
money.
budget.
She's
Yeah.
not she's not opening another line of credit like the horse is telling her to do.
Right. How many lines of credit does Ethel Cain have is my question. If I were to ever run into her. Oh, she's a cash only girl.
She heard of the release of Apple Pay and she threw her phone in the swamp.
Oh, I don't even know if she has a phone. Like,
Well, I mean, not anymore after she threw it in the swamp. Well, somebody posted about Joe Biden that day and public hanging. So
somebody on her
she
team.
definitely has a phone. Somebody has a
Yeah.
phone.
So Charlie XCX, I do have a tangent about Charlie XCX because
Go for it.
I just asked a couple of people in New York because Charlie XCX is doing this really big horse activities. The horse is telling her to do this and that, and it's supposed to be like very disruptive and it's very amazing to see.
Mhm.
Like I love seeing her new video 360 just dropped.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantabulous. Talking about the internet girl with
Up the
our
lesbian
favorite,
agenda 5 billion%. Because
featuring
if
one.
you were a female and you were not even a little bit gay before watching that video, after watching that video, you're at least 18% gay.
It's
Yeah.
that and the lunch video by Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Then
That one, I'm gonna be honest, didn't do anything for me. I think I'm can I say something very controversial?
let's hear it.
If it was JoJo Siwa saying what Billie Eilish was saying to the press about her newfound lesbianism, we would be hating on JoJo Siwa. But because it's
Right.
Billie Eilish saying that she wants her face in a girl's to Vogue, it's okay because it's Billie Eilish. Not that I'm saying I'm like pro JoJo Siwa because I'm not a fan, but I'm a fan of Billie Eilish though. It's like not like super tapped in. Anyway, so back to Charlie XCX. So she did the 360 video and it was great.
Mhm.
Rachel Sennett, I will be going to your premiere of your new movie. I used to be funny on June 6th. We'll link up after, become besties, and
Y'all will be getting lunch.
maybe.
So Rachel Sennett's in the video.
Yep.
Julia Fox is in the video. Legendary
Hari Neff.
Hari Neff and Quentin Blackwell.
Chloe 70.
Chloe's-
70.
mhm.
Iconic. Emma Chamberlain. My daughter, my fucking daughter. Emma Chamberlain. Shout out. But what is the lore that you're talking about?
A lot of my friends are DJs. They have played some of the venues that Charlie played. So the Lot Radio being one of them, which Charlie just recently did a pop-up at, and played Mansions, which is a venue in New York, which is
Okay.
kind of small. And I was asking them, being like, if you are familiar with New York and you know the scene, like pretty much the same girls are going to be around. Hari Neff being one of them, and some of the dolls for like in that scene, like Goth Jafar. Blazey McGuire is one of the people that you'll see quite frequently. But I didn't see the girls like really go all out for Charlie XCX. So I was kind of like
Okay.
asking like what the tea was on that. Like it is meant to be disruptive, but Charlie is playing a lot of these spaces that are like not meant for the capacity that she's at. And she's always been
Yeah.
like a very,
MSG.
yeah, like she's
Guys.
always been like a very underground, like this is something that she would absolutely do, but her fan base is so huge that like my friend was saying like that there wasn't enough security at the venue that she was playing at. I don't know the full lore on the Lot Radio or how that happened, but my friend was saying that like those slots are pretty much like locked in, and like I'm sure she did talk to the DJ that was playing, but she basically took it
Oh,
over.
she like stepped in. Oh,
Yeah, which kind of sucks for the DJ at the
yeah.
time. But I'm sure it was planned. Like I don't know the full lore on that, but there's a little bit of drama based on like the scene in general.
Fascinating. So a little problematic on Charlie's end.
Yeah, but we love
Also,
her.
yeah, I mean, I love Charlie. Also, the way that she's been in the like, not us having a music podcast.
I
She's been in the
know.
scene for so long. Like I remember, I don't know what's the song about driving your car into a ditch and watching and let it burn. I love
I
it
love it. Yes.
before Camila Camballos. But yeah,
Mhm.
no, like I can't shake ass properly to like Charlie XCX if I'm in section 3 of MSG, you know?
Yeah, and she's so huge to the point where it's like actually crazy. Like she's getting mobbed like in New York, which I'm sure is like what she is intending. But I do love Charlie. Like I've been a fan of Charlie since the very beginning. Like I think she just went on Jake Shane's podcast referring to her first album being like that nobody heard it, but I definitely was tapped in at that time.
She also recently gave a little speech somewhere that I saw it on TikTok, but she was like, I'm not like the best singer. Obviously, I use like autotune, but an artist, like I think like we need to bring back the idea that a musician or like an artist is a full encompassing like performance act. Like
Absolutely.
we give visuals, we give bops, we give, and I love that approach.
Her mentality around artistry and art is really commendable. Like I totally agree with her when she says like it's not just about the music, but it's about like the full scope of things. So not just
Yes, yes.
releasing a song itself, but actually having vision is somewhat attached to being an artist, which is something that I feel like a lot of people struggle with. But I will say that one of my issues that I did have with her is when I was watching her Boiler Room performance, I would have loved to be there. It would have been
Mm,
iconic and legendary. Please invite us to the Sweat Tour. Me and Lauren
please.
we will go to the MSG for Charlie
And we'll
XCX.
discuss it on the podcast. Don't you worry.
Troy has a little bit of redemption because he did snub me one time when I was trying to say hi to him, and I forgive him for that. So Charlie XCX played Boiler Room. She had AG Cook, her producer, like basically, oh, not just AG Cook, but a couple of other people actually DJ the set, and she would like come and bounce around and like,
Oh, so she kind of didn't even like play the set.
yeah. But her music was being played, but it wasn't like her DJing, which is kind of like defeats the purpose. I don't know if it defeats the purpose of a boiler room, but I just didn't know how that works. Not only that, but also having a Julia Fox performance as well. So I was like, I don't know.
Listen,
I was
I'll
just
ride for
confused.
Julia.
I mean, the whole event was a performance and it was iconic and
Yeah.
legendary, but I was not getting Charlie. I was getting AG Cook and
Hmm.
friends
And a little appearance.
here and
Yeah.
there.
But if you're doing another boiler room, definitely go ahead and invite
Definitely
us.
invite
Yep.
us. But I'm sure she did what she needed to do because I feel like she was more so about providing the best
Yeah.
boiler room of all time, which
Right.
it was amazing. So
Yeah.
props to you.
Good job, Miss Charlie.
Yeah.
Um,
How has dating been for you?
wow. Okay, coming out of the gate. Let's
Come-
see. Um, actually, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm bouncing it back before I answer. Can
Yes.
somebody please tell me what a situationship is? Because it has been over a year and I still don't know what it means. Because have
You
I been in a situationship? Maybe, but I don't know because I don't know what a situationship is.
it's basically every single benefit of being in a relationship without actual commitment, having the boundaries be so like super harsh, being
Okay,
like,
right. So I have
oh,
not been in a situationship,
so a
but I've been
situation.
dating. But you know, like the pool isn't crazy out here in North Carolina. I re-downloaded Hinge because it's fun. It's a gamified, it's just like a game to me, but I do have a schedule of dates lined up for when I'm in New York.
As you should. The New
Yeah.
York dating pool is absolutely legendary. Like
It's crazy.
being so dry in North Carolina, and then like I was only there for like 4 days, but like did the dang thing.
Right.
Um, I messaged somebody and said that I told my therapist about them, which I didn't do because you think I have a therapist?
You think
Absolutely.
we have money? Like that's why we have this podcast to get
Yeah.
rich and to afford therapy. That's all we
And
want.
this is our therapy, and
Yeah.
the horse knows that.
Yeah. The horse chipped us
Um,
and it's also our therapist.
well, we have a fan question actually.
Okay, who submitted?
Uh, so her name is me May. We
May.
have a fan question from May.
May, thank you so much for sending in your fan question.
It's a question for May, so it's super important.
Okay.
So May is asking a question. I'm gonna read it off of my phone right now. It's
Okay.
pulled up.
Go ahead and do that.
Um, so May asked the question, is it okay to date somebody that looks exactly like somebody that you used to talk to, but is somewhat a little bit taller, a little bit nicer to you, but does remind you of the last person that you talked to? And this is a really
Okay,
important
May.
question for May.
Okay, May. Frankly, I would say go for it because, you know, you only live once. And if this person is giving you all like the good things that the last person had, but they're also taller, I would say go for it. But also if it reminds you of like, that's actually tough because if it does remind you of like your last situationship or relationship, could bring back some bad memories. So
Poor May. Like, I wonder, I feel for
like
this
I hope May's
girl.
okay. Like if May like wants to come over and have me cradle them motherly, like because I'm a mother. I'm so bad. I'm such a bad person. Everyone comes to me. So many people come to me for relationship advice. I'm like, guys, I have my track record is pretty clean. It's not clean. It's pretty much zero.
And that's okay. I think life is better because my track record, 0 as well. And I think life is a little bit better for that. Like, I think I saved myself from a lot of trouble.
Now like
And
my frontal lobe is like fully developed, so I could like really go into something knowing like what I want out of it.
poor May is over here asking so many questions.
May needs to get her shit together. Did May meet this person in New York?
No. So May met this person at work. She's just sent me the longest message. I'm like, where
May.
is she from?
God damn.
She might have been at the in DC when we were there for that event. Um
In early January? Oh, so okay, May is from the swamps of Florida.
right.
Right.
But so May met this person at work, but I think it's only problematic if past ex, not really ex, but past persons May spoke with,
May was me. Don't let that slip up. Take that off the fucking record.
cut the cameras, they ever saw them next to each other, it would be quite uncanny and like
Jarring. It would be
jarring.
jarring.
Like the only difference is like eye color and height. And I'm like,
So
oh.
May, maybe if you like are already having doubts, you just shouldn't
But also like
pursue.
the most iconic challengers moment of all time.
What if you get them both in the same room?
I don't know. For comedic
That would actually
purposes,
probably be scary.
I mean, May honestly gets scared. I don't know. It's just funny. Oh, poor May.
Poor
Poor
May.
May.
May, I wish you all the best of luck.
Yes, thank you for supporting our podcast. Feel free to submit more of your dating questions or any general life advice in
Yeah,
our.
because clearly we're like really good at giving it. The horse is actually going to probably tell us after this podcast to open a dating advice service, $1 million per session.
We honestly, for one of our miniatures, should do a speed dating episode
Oh, would love.
with the best cast.
I would do it in a heartbeat. Easy.
Easy.
Would love to do that.
So you're headed to Cannes. What's on the bucket list this year?
The bucket list. So I don't have a badge, but like there's a corresponding sort of like directors. It's called the Directors Fortnight, and it's like a festival that goes on alongside of Cannes, and you could buy tickets for that. And a lot of like really good directors have premiered there in the past, and like some cool names are showing this year. So I'm gonna go see some movies there. There's a Studio Ghibli movie on the beach one of the nights. So gonna go sit on the beach and watch Studio Ghibli on a giant projector, which is gonna be epic.
Yeah.
And basically just gonna try to get into the clubs, get drunk probably every single night because I have not drank a sip of alcohol since I think October, which is crazy. It's actually not crazy because I'm not a drinker, but like also that is kind of long.
Are there any titles that you have seen that are interesting?
The new Yorgos Lanthimos movie called Kinds of Kindness with Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe, that got amazing reviews. That's like the only one I'm kind of interested in. There's one with Sebastian Stan. He's in one of the movies. It's called The Apprentice, and that looks really good. And Sebastian Stan, Hive Rise. I love Sebastian Stan. I'm seeing a movie at midnight the day that I arrive, so tomorrow, called Blue Sun Palace. And it's about this Chinese immigrant family who lives in the Bronx, I think. So I'm really interested in what that is like really about. But the director is like insane. She's so good. I've watched some of her shorts. And that's the docket. And then we kind of are just going to take each day as it comes. Go on a little boat ride. We planned a sailboat ride. It's going to be epic.
That's going to be so beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous at sunset. Yeah.
I've never been to Cannes. I have a couple questions about it. So how does that whole process work? Like the movies premiere at Cannes and then later they get released?
Cannes is like a film festival, but it's also like a buying festival. So like all the studios
Okay.
are there and they like will watch the movies and basically I think like bid on the movies and see who gets like distribution rights.
I love
It's also
that.
very big for like movies that haven't been made yet. There's a whole room, just a bunch of like presentations selling your movie. You have like a booth, and like the different studios kind of like go around and they see which ones they're interested in, which ones they want to buy. So it's really fascinating, actually.
I'm curious to see who from A24 is like
Yeah.
gonna be there. Like who's on the
Yeah.
panel for A24.
Yeah. That'll be exciting.
Mhm.
A24 and Neon. I really like
Mhm.
Neon. Yeah, so I leave in like 2 hours for the airport. I'm very excited. Not excited for my basic economy flight there. I'd rather be and have an amputated leg. I don't know. I'd rather be shot in the head, frankly.
But it's gonna be so worth it when you're on that
It is gonna be
boat ride.
it's
Are
gonna be
there any
fantastic.
faces you're excited to see? You said Lily Gladstone is there, Hunter Schafer is there, but she might be gone.
Yeah, honestly, I mean Greta Gerwig, if I could meet Greta, hands down, I would cry. There is a director called Haneda Koreeda who makes fantastic, he's a Japanese director, he makes fantastic, beautiful movies. And if I can meet him, that would be lovely. Yeah, that's kind of it. Kind of just gonna take each day as they come and hopefully run into some hot celebrities on the sidewalk. And
I really want you to run into TikTok star Mateo, French guy with blue hair, who
I have no
has
idea who that is.
he's iconically gotten into beef with Northwest.
Oh, okay, so
Um,
I'll follow him. I'll make sure to
I,
know his location.
I think that you can do it. Like I don't know, but like that's my
Can is
challenge.
small. It's not hard to find people,
If you ever see him, I'm gonna pull up one of his TikToks right now, but
for
just
sure.
because he is from like France and he speaks French and his accent is so, it's not funny because I don't want to be disrespectful,
Not us getting canceled part two.
but you'll maybe run into him. I don't know if you will, but I would love for that crossover
Would
to
love it.
happen.
I'm also
And
meeting up with like the Letterboxd crew that's there. So we're gonna have a little like brunch on the beach one day, and that's gonna be amazing and slay.
that's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
It's, you probably have seen him before. He just has like
Oh, okay, yeah. I already know who that is.
yeah,
Yep.
but
Okay.
okay,
Need
that's your
to
challenge.
link up with Mateo
Yeah.
ASAP upon landing, for sure.
You're meeting with Letterbox. That's gonna be so fun and
Yeah.
exciting. You've worked with them before in the past.
Yes.
And have you ever met the team? Is this your first time meeting the team
Yeah.
or
I have never met any of them in person, so that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'm just excited to like also one of my friends who lives in Germany, he is going to be in the south of France, so he's gonna make a day trip there. I've never met him in person. He's an internet friend. So gonna meet up with him and basically just like meet a lot of people and have a great time.
you, Mateo, and your friend from Germany?
Yeah.
Dream
It's a
team.
dream team, truly.
And Michael Chamberlain. I can already see it. I'm so excited for our next episode already because I cannot wait for the
The
tea.
debrief that I'm going to give on Can that nobody else on the internet will be giving. Tap in, everybody. Tap in.
Tap into Horses where we will gladly share some of the behind the scenes of what's happening.
All the horse-tacular details. It's gonna be great. Anyone watching, everybody watching, really enjoyed this episode.
We had a blast. We talked about so many fun things, and we have a lot of new things coming. Empire continues to grow on a daily basis. There are more chips being distributed.
Implanted every single day. Statistics would blow your mind.
If we can get Mateo or Michael Chamberlain to just like chip in.
Oh, an
Legendary.
empire. We'd have an
An
empire.
empire.
Truly. Thank you for watching Keep the Horse Alive episode 2. I'm about to have a Kevin in New York shitting themselves moment. And
Travel with Imodium.
what is
It
that?
slows down my digestive system for a little bit, enough to where I can get through like a couple of hours.
Okay,
But
see, I might need that. I think it's the stress. I get stressed when I'm traveling, and it induces the need for Imodium.
Yeah, it's very helpful.
Maybe I'll definitely buy that.
Because I just like eat dairy recklessly all the time.
I literally ate half a block of cream cheese last night, just with nothing on it.
Yeah.
I tried plant-based cream cheese one time and I gagged.
It tastes like glue. I'm sorry. To all my vegans out there. Like,
you know what's crazy is that horses are vegan. Whoa.
and horses make
Whoa.
glue, low key.
Oh. Low key, why are you going to the glue factory soon, little guy? Okay, talk to you guys so soon.
Bye. We love all of you.
Mwah.
Submit more questions. We love
Thank you, May. Thank you, May, for your question. Okay, bye.
Thank you.